Because of the Affordable Care Act,
My daughter,
Our son,
my children, they're covered.
now with the Affordable Care Act.
We don't have lifetime limits any longer.
My son has a pre-existing health condition.
The Affordable Care Act has already achieved some of its biggest goals, as touted in web and TV ads. Parents can now keep their children on their policies up to the age of 26. Insurance companies cannot deny coverage because of pre-existing conditions. And there are no more lifetime limits on coverage.
We've seen this over and over. When you give people coverage, relieves them of worry, then they can start thinking about other things, working, their family, instead of constantly worrying about how they're going to pay the bills.
You've got a patient's bill of rights, consumer protections for those who have health insurance through their jobs because of the law. So I'm very proud of this.
But one of the biggest and most repeated promises turned out to be impossible to keep.
If you like your doctor, you will be able to keep your doctor. If you like your doctor, you keep seeing your doctor.
If you like your doctor, you keep your doctor. If you like your current insurance, you keep that insurance. Period. End of story.
He said, clearly, you can keep your plan. He said it once, he said it 1,000 times. This wasn't a minor pledge. It was central to passing the law.
Just days ago, the president conceded the point.
But for the average person, many of folks who don't have health insurance initially, they're going to have to make some choices, and they might end up having to switch doctors, in part because they're saving money.
The problem is the law requires new policies sold in the individual market to cover what it deems essential services, which includes things from preventative care to rehab and maternity services. And for millions of people, if your plan does not provide that, you can't keep it no matter how much you like it.
The only thing that is offered in the new plan that would be considered a benefit is that it comes with maternity and newborn care. Well, in my case, my wife is 58 years old, and our youngest child is soon to be 18. We'll be having no more children. That's not a benefit that we would ever purchase, nor need, or be able to use.
But then the president just recently extended tens of millions of plans that do not cover these benefits for at least 2 more years, in an effort to avoid a political backlash like the one he faced last fall, when 6.2 million policies were canceled. Another issue some patients are running into is a more limited choice of doctors and hospitals under the new plans.
What's happening in the exchange is that in order to keep premiums down, the health insurers are offering very low fees to the doctors and taking only those doctors who will accept a low fee. This is a race to the bottom. You get very narrow networks that don't include the best hospitals and the best doctors.
And for some people, the Affordable Care Act just isn't, well, affordable.
The deductible with that plan is $12,700. I can't afford a deductible of $12,700. But yet he's going to fine me and penalize me for something that I can't afford to buy. It makes me very angry.
I have insurance, and it's cheaper than the Affordable Care Act, with all the bells and whistles that I want.
It's called the Affordable Care Act. The whole idea, supposedly, was that it was going to bring the cost of insurance down, and yet the law's design is almost guaranteed to do the opposite, because it forces plans to cover a bunch of things that people don't need in their health coverage.